What's up, everyone? ODC, it's me here, and be sure to check out BigBoyCollectibles.com for all your action figure needs, whether it's DC Collectibles, Star Wars The Black Series, Marvel Legends, or G.I. Joe. BigBoyCollectibles.com will have it. Yo, Joe!
What's going on, everyone? ODC, that's me here, and today we are going to take a look at the Marauders Gunrunners Task Force. These are the Task Force action figures right here. I do have a couple of them, but I actually have more on the way. I think I have like 4 or 5 other figures on the way. I know this is this is nothing new to anyone at this point, especially G.I. Joe fans. But I wanted to talk about some Marauders Task Force action figures right now, and for the most part, these are really good figures. I'm really happy about it. Marauders, as far as I'm concerned, has taken over for G.I. Joe at this point. As far as quality, as far as variety, and even though they just started, what was it, 2 years ago? I think the Kickstarter started, 2014. Still, at 2016, these guys are selling well, I like to believe, and I'm pretty happy with them. Just taking a look at this guy right here. He's pretty much just like a no-name character, but I actually do have a plan for him, which is some of the shipment that I actually have coming in that I just actually purchased this week. So for right now, this was actually a free figure. They had a promotion going on, Marauders did, where if you bought, I think, 1 or 2, if you spent like a certain amount, you get like a free figure, and they would actually come with some armor, and this is pretty much what he came with. And I think it was actually a good starting point for a character that I have in mind, that I have made up, actually. Not a specific Joe character, but a character that I'm going to install in my Joeverse. The arm on him right here is a little bit loose, but you can still get it to pose, like it's not moving right now, but in certain areas it's kind of wiggly a little bit. But that's very rare if that happens. This is actually the first Marauders figure that has actually had a loose joint. All the other pieces on the Marauders figures are pretty well done. Okay, continuing on, next thing I wanted to bring up, so I actually do have when he's all completed and I have him all set up, I'll probably I'll do a separate video of him. I'm going to get to this guy in a minute. He's probably the most important one that I want to talk about, but we'll get to him in a second. We'll set this guy back to, actually, oh, you know what? His sidearm must have fell out. I have to find that. But the next guy I want to talk to you guys about is this kit bashed Major Bludd, which is, I think this is this was one of the ones that I actually purchased from Marauders. This was the Terra Ops body, and I thought it worked really well for Major Bludd, and I actually want to give credit. I can't remember the guy's name, but actually I think he is on a one of the G.I. Joe Facebook pages. I'm not sure his name, but he actually did have an idea to do this, and I kind of just took it and ran with it. So I don't want to come off as I just stole someone's idea in case they're watching this. So just want to be honest and say to whoever that person is, thank you very much for the idea. And I think it looks really good. Basically, all I did was I bought the shoulder pad armor and the chest armor and these little armor pieces that are plugged right in. As you can see, there's a larger armor pieces and the smaller armor pieces that plug right into the front and back. There's also holes in the back where you can plug more armor if you want, or more ammunition if you want, right there on the back. But I think he looks really good with the shoulder pads. I did kind of have a tough time pegging these in. So eventually with a lot of the Marauder stuff, when you plug them into their spots, you're going to have to super glue them in. That's the one thing that I think they should improve on, but it's not the end of the world. If I were to improve one thing on Marauders, that would probably be it. Making sure that the peg holes are deep enough where these will actually just peg right in, and you don't even have to worry about gluing anything. But I had to super glue both of these in, but I don't mind it because I don't plan on ever taking these off. Now, it did pop off once where I had to re-glue it again, but that's not the biggest deal in the world. I did purchase, like I said, the armor pieces on the shoulder, the chest piece. This backpack is actually from the 25th anniversary Major Bludd. The pistol right here is actually a pistol from Marauders, and I think it actually looks better than his original, which I think I did put away. Yeah, it's downstairs somewhere in the collection room. But I replaced that gun with this gun, and I just think it looks a little bit more, I don't know, intimidating than his 25th anniversary gun, which had missiles. It was a missile gun, basically. So I just think he looks a lot better than his 25th anniversary. I mean, you couldn't even move that arm. It was fixed, if you know what I'm talking about, on the 25th anniversary. And he just looks so much better with this loadout. I just love the armor. Looks way better. So I actually did have him posed with a G36 before, but I went back to him having his pistol. I just think it looks a lot better, to be honest with you. I'm pretty happy with the way this guy turned out. And all I did was just pop the head off the 25th anniversary and pop the head on the Marauders body. And as you can see, these bodies work well with G.I. Joe heads, with Marvel Universe heads. So, I mean, anything you want to do 3 3/4 inch, I'm pretty sure it'll just pop right on. No big deal at all. So that was my that's my new Major Bludd. I would say that this is probably if I had to make a Pursuit of Cobra Major Bludd, then this would be his version of Pursuit of Cobra Major Bludd. So, pretty awesome. I'm really happy with the way that turned out. Now this gentleman right here, I think his sidearm popped out. I'm going to have to go get it real quick. Okay, and I'm back. And I went downstairs to go get his pistol because it was bothering me that it was gone. But this is King. Now, he is an original character like this guy, which we'll get to in a second. But King is an original character. His name is King because he is named after the king snake. And king snakes are actually well known for devouring other snakes. He's a great tracker. He's a spotter. He's actually a spotter for this character right here. And they're actually best friends. And this guy I mean, if you need 1 or 2 people to get a job done, like bring in a helicopter and go Rambo style, this is the guy that's going to do it. King right here. He's awesome. But yeah, I gave him this hat. I think it looks pretty awesome, and I'm pretty happy with it. I would like down the road if they would get if they could get like the African American different races for heads, because I mean you could definitely tell that this is, I mean he's supposed to be African American, but you can definitely tell that this dude's not. He almost looks Native American, which I mean I guess I could go with that, but I actually want him to be African American, so I might just pop off a different head with this and use a different head eventually, and maybe use this head for someone else. But for right now, that's what I'm going to go with. We are going to get some more variety from Marauders. Sorry if I'm shaking this too much. We are going to get some more variety from Marauders, which is good. I know we're getting some new head sculpts, which is nice to know. But he is a beast. He is all loaded out here. And I don't have his backpack, which I do have. I think it's downstairs. But here we go. He actually has a couple scopes that he likes to use, but this is his long-range scope on his carbine here. And he's got a drum. So, I mean, he is all decked out with this thing. I think it looks really cool. He also has a grenade launcher, which you can, with these rifles, you can always, they're all modular, so you can swap them out or change them if you want to. Let me just grab all his stuff. Here we go. Like here's this little baggie full of stuff that I got, extra accessories if I ever want to put anything else on. And if I want to swap something out, like let's say if I'm doing a display and I want to take off his grip here, you can do that, and I can put his grenade launcher on instead. And if I want to swap that off, I can. I'll swap that off with this ACOG right here. Actually, I should probably put this back here. That looks better. So there you go, and now he's got a little ACOG on there. And you can glue this stuff in if you want it, if you have like a certain visualization of how you want your rifle done. You can do it that way. And now he is all different. You can even remove the stock on this. He actually has another grip right here. It's like a peg grip right here, and there's actually two holes for the pegs. So you can peg it right there if you want, or you can peg it right here. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, the world is your oyster with these figures. That's the best part about Marauders. I mean, you could create your own characters, new characters. Hell, you could. I mean, look at Chapman Films. You go to his YouTube page. He created the original 13, a reimagining of the original 13 via using all of these bodies. So that's pretty awesome that you have all of these options for G.I. Joe or your own universe if you want. He actually has different gun holsters, pistol holsters, stuff like that. As far as his loadout goes, like I said, I already showed you his rifle. He also has a Walther PPK. Sorry, I'm trying to get in a little bit closer here. There's his Walther, and that goes in right there. And it fits right in there. Nice. Then he's got his larger gun, which is a 357 Magnum, which not a lot of people use as far as military goes. But this one, this got to stand out a little bit, and it does fit right in his hand nicely. So, I mean, he looks like a beast. I also do have a military helmet for him. And you can just plug it right on top of his head. So now, I mean, he looks like he's ready. He's ready to give commands, you know? He looks awesome. And I actually did want some variety, so that's why, even though these guys do team up a lot, these two, and they are wearing different camouflage, I kind of wanted it to be a little bit like G.I. Joe. Like, some people wear what they want as individuals, you know, and also there's a lot of specialists in G.I. Joe, so you kind of want to switch it up. You want people to stand out and be their own type of character. He also does have a knife on the back, which you can remove from the sheath, so no issue there. And you can hold it nicely. I put some couple of extra pouches on the back. I was going to put them on the front, but actually these are, and you can put these on the front. They actually look really good on the front, like I did with this guy right here, but they actually were too big for what I wanted to do here. I wanted to get the cross-draw pistol holster on there, so I gave them some extra, and these are glued in. I believe they're glued in. Oh no, they're not. They're not glued in. Okay, well, whatever. But they peg in nicely. This is just some extra armor for him. And then he's got another little knife right here on the side. So I mean, he's ready to kick some ass. He's definitely ready to whoop some ass here. Take some names. So that is King. You've met him. And let me get to my character, which this is Checkmate. I mean, he's very similar in design as far as my character and my good friend Strident's team. But he's very similar in design, obviously. But I might change him up down the road. I might actually separate the way he looks from Boomstick, because that's my character through Strident's team. So, which is called Fenris Company, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. You could definitely check out Strident's channel in the description box below. And definitely check out. He's got his own universe that he's made up as well, which is absolutely fantastic. And I think we're gonna do we might be doing some projects with Fenris Company in the future. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna, no spoilers, but that's it. But this is my guy. This is Checkmate, I guess, aka Boomstick. But talking about his loadout and everything, he's got a gas mask on the back, which I think works well. This is actually the backpack to Quinn from the Retaliation line. I kind of stole it from him just due to this guy carrying a lot of stuff and being ready for anything. I do actually have a ghillie suit for him, but I couldn't fit it in the backpack, so I just kind of imagine that his ghillie suit is in the backpack, seeing as how burly and big the backpack is, which is just a cool thing to do. You know, use your imagination, and then, you know, when I'm displaying these guys or taking pictures with them or whatever, I'm going to have him pull out the ghillie suit out of the backpack like it's actually in there. But for right now, this is his setup. This is his loadout. He does have a grenade launcher right here, and that is part of, you know, Boomstick's character that I've kind of, like I said, two became one. Let's just put it that way. He's got his little hat on here, and I might actually change this to when the Valkyries come out. They're actually coming out with baseball caps. I might switch it to baseball caps because I tend to wear hats all the time. But this is just a Marauders head, but since I have a beard all the time, I gave him a beard. And you can put the hat backwards if you want to. I usually wear my hat forwards, but like I said, he does have his grenade launcher right here, which is pretty dope. Let me just set him back over there, and then you can remove the drum, which is pretty awesome. And there you go with that. So next piece on his loadout, since he is a sniper and a explosives expert, we have his, I guess I almost want to call this, because from up here, not so much the handle right here, it reminds me of an L96, and that's actually the airsoft rifle that I used. It was my favorite design, so that's what I went with. But so I'm just going to imagine this is an L96, and I like it, and it works perfectly. This is actually from, I think this is from Valor vs. Venom, I want to say. If I'm wrong, if I might be a little bit off, I might be off, but I think this is either from Valor vs. Venom, and I think it might have been with Barrel Roll. I'm not 100% sure there, but let me know in the comments below. Next on his loadout, we have his backpack, which comes off, but I also put a knife on the back, so he can kind of just grab it with his hand from the back and pull it out if he needs to. We got a grenade and a smoke bomb right here. Like if you're a sniper, you're going to need some cover in case things go bad, you know. The one thing I would like for them to improve as well is the clasp right here on his harness. That does come loose a lot. I mean, I could glue it, but then I wouldn't be able to take it off, and I'd ruin the harness, so I almost don't want to do that. as far as sidearms go, this is actually, I had actually a 45 gas gun when I was airsofting, and that was my backup. So I gave him a 45. That looks awesome. And he does have a Hush Puppy, if I can find it in this bag of goodies. He's got a whole other bunch of stuff, guys. I haven't even scratched the surface so far. But here we go. Here's his Hush Puppy. I actually have to put it on his leg holster, which I haven't had a chance to do yet, but there's the Hush Puppy, or the silencer, whatever you want to call it. But I might actually just put this in his backpack because it'll fit. But taking a look at his backpack now, we've got the gas mask, and you just unclasp this, and we've got some goodies inside here. So not only am I going to put the silencer in there, I have some claymores in there. Got 2 claymores. Got some stick bombs, boomstick, hence the the name in Fenris Company. And then we have a couple of them. So there's 2 in there, and then we have 2 claymores in there. And then we also have some grenades as well. These are some frag grenades. A couple frags. And then we do have, I do have some extra smoke bomb and another regular grenade there too as well. So that's pretty awesome. And everything fits in this backpack. It's actually a pretty decent backpack, and I'm pretty happy with his loadout. I do like it a lot. So, and this is the coolest thing about, while I'm putting all this stuff away, this is the coolest thing about Marauders, is that you can just create your own character. I mean, you can literally go on their website and create your own guy right now. I mean, that's the coolest part about Marauders, is having having that option to create your own character, create your own universe, and use your imagination doing stuff like that, especially if you're a Joe fan. I mean, this is just a must for any Joe fan. And they fit it right in with everything. They're right in scale with G.I. Joe. As you can see, I converted Major Bludd right there, and he looks great. And that is Checkmate right there. And here's some of his other stuff that he does use in other missions and things like that. He does have a remote control javelin, which I do use. So there's his javelin. We have a bazooka, or I should say a rocket launcher. We do have an RPG, which I actually haven't even taken out of the package. I'm pretty sure that this is the exact same RPG that came with, like, I want to say the Bazooka Trooper for Cobra, the Cobra anti-artillery trooper, and I believe the Pursuit of Cobra Viper. Sorry, that was a weird burp. And what else does he have? He also has a submachine gun right here. So, and yep. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Let me just get everyone back in frame. And I can't wait to dive more into what he's going to become, because I mean, you see him right now, and I'm actually glad I brought him and did this video for this. I know this is going to be a longer video, but I mean, I just had to show you guys everything and explain everything. So this is a lot of fun doing this, and it's a lot of fun creating your own universes and bringing my viewers into my universe is even the better part, and seeing my friends, my fellow collectors, doing their own universe and listening to that. It's just awesome. It's a really cool experience. So, but yeah, this will be a I might do this. I'm probably going to do a part 2 to this. Just this way you guys can see the evolution of these characters and how they're going to look down the line as we get more Marauders merchandise in, or product in, I should say. But I'm pretty happy. Even if this was it, I'm pretty happy with it. And I have some more characters, like I said, coming on the way. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for a part 2. I'm definitely going to do a part 2. Definitely going to do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of Marauders Task Force action figures. If you want to go and pick up your own Marauders figure, you can check out maraudersinc.com. Also check out bigboycollectibles.com. And thank you guys for watching, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.